all of you, literally almost all of you, send me the drawings to roast have the same problem. Did you all collectively decide to send drawings of people with no space for their brain? Where do you think the brain goes? In the head. Why is there no head? And this is by Naino Barabadze. There is our first example of you consciously deleting the brain. When you look at her, where do you think her brain is? In her nose? In her knees? Well, it should be in her head. It's not a dolphin. No way, dolphins have big brains. Anyways, I'm going to take it into Procreate and show you what I mean. She still has a long jaw, just like you intended. It's a pretty long face, just like it was before, but just looks a little bit more correct. All I did was liquefy, bigger the head, flatten the forehead a little bit because she was like a little bit egg-headed, and shortened the face slightly. And this is the difference. By the way, I really love the way you draw faces. This is really pretty. Roast. And there's not much to roast. I think you're doing pretty much everything right. Like, I don't think it's finished, by the way. Can I pet that dog? Okay, there are 2 wolves drawing. I don't know how to draw dogs. 9 rats drawing. There's 1 thing, 2 things, few things. Actually, let's see. The first thing I want to change is I'm going to go with the dynamic liner, straighten the neck. The gray coloring in here is too gray because all of what's happening right here is so warm. There's no clear source of light. Because apparently this is where the shadow should fall, right? Well, that should be shown here then also. And here, like if we go by that logic, light is coming from that direction. It should be showing a little bit here, 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 and here. But that's not happening. The shadow that could maybe work in this color, it could work, but it's not working because it's in the wrong places, shaded the wrong way, blended the wrong way. Our eyes don't understand that this is a shadow. They understand this is dirt. I'm going to use that color. I'm going to save that color, try to work with it so I can make it work. I'm not sure how I feel about this color though. So let's see if this is going to be any good. Warm color. I like how you attempted to use the warm color to like cut off the shadow like that. I don't have a reference of that right now. I can look at myself. For the people that are complaining about me changing the drawings to my style, I don't know if you know this fun fact about drawing. You can't really draw not in your style. Like the years that you spent on learning how to draw, it's going to be reflected in your strokes, in the way you do it. Also, the lips are not 3D enough. Look, when you are from the side, the lips will have a lot of shadow here because the teeth, like you can see, the teeth are not going all the way to the side. There's a lot of shadow in here. Okay, let's see how our progress is going so far. I'm going to keep replacing the shadows in a way that I think is anatomically correct. Okay, I'm going to try and blend out this giga shadow that I have here. I'm still unsure about this color. I was trying to fight for this color. I was trying to make it work. I think I will keep fighting. Before I keep fighting for the color, when you draw eyebrows, try to make them like cut off like this. See? In a line like this. You can see that her eye is going out of the skull, which you have ever seen anyone have their eye escaping the skull. We really need some saturation here. I think it starts looking good. Also, her shoulders are way too small. Don't be afraid of drawing big shoulders. You might be afraid. I was too when I was little, younger. It's fine. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, I'm not going to work too long on the shoulders because that's not the point. Okay, now that we have a nice base with the gray color, we can add some more saturated color. She looks muddy, I know that, don't worry, because we are going to correct everything with this brush, which, to be honest, I am addicted to. I would love to change this color, but it's a challenge, right? I see people use these color combinations, so it's not something I use, but I know it can work, so that's why I really don't want to give up on it, you know? I'm really just trying to place the shadows so they make sense, so they actually give you the information that, yes, the light is coming from that direction. It all follows, because if you don't make it follow the rule of the light is coming from there. Your brain is not going to assess the information the right way because the information is not accessible in the right way, because it's wrong. The information you're giving to the brains of people that watch, that view your art, the information is wrong. So there's always going to be some kind of issue of like, you know, there's something just not looking quite correct. So it can be a lot of work, but I would recommend you to try and not get lazy on that. Don't get lazy on placing the shadows consciously and take your time. Okay, now I don't want to spend too much time, so now we're just going to blend everything I have put down now. And try to blend it out following the structure, 3D structure of the face. And I look at the reference the whole time. But I did not want it to overcomplicate it. There's still so much to do to actually make it a final piece. But I'm going to just leave it as it is because the main things that you could consider a mistake are corrected, which is following the rules of shadows, following where the shadows should fall on. I corrected the neck, so it's more like this, more straight actually. And I made the shoulders bigger. There are some things that you can't just argue with. Maybe you think this one is prettier. I think it's really pretty. I think it's a really pretty drawing. The only thing is that there are some things that, if done correctly, will just look better overall. Oh yeah, and this video is sponsored by me. If you like the brushes that I'm using, then you should definitely check out my website where I sell custom brushes that I have been making for the last 5 years or even 6 years. I could not do it without my brushes, so if you want to try them out, if you want to use them, get them, download them, and draw with them, then go to my website, aliciaprince.com. And if you want to sign up for my course, it's 30 hours full of knowledge classes, art studies, everything, color theory, composition, blah, blah. Everything that I know is in that course. If you want to sign up, then also go to aliciaprince.com. Everything is there. Thank you. That's it. I mean, I would work on the hands, and the shoulder is a little bit too square-ish. This I have seen you before. Rendering hair problem. Who doesn't have problem with that? To be honest, I have been working on creating a technique for drawing hair, and I'm still working on it. Do I want to work on it? Do I want to work on it? So, one thing that I do feel really confident about is you should work more on bigger shapes of shadow. I repeat that pretty often, but look, we are going to first create a general shape, a general layout of the hair. We are going to basically get rid of all of the details. Overlay how it goes from gray to blue. I think we might lose that a little bit in the process. So I'm going to actually delete the background, knowing to edit a drawing where the background has all of those details. Let's work on the whole overall shape of the hair, the way it flows. So here I want to take the juicy hairbrush set and do flat hair details 1.2. And I'm going to create this kind of flows. Let's say the hair from here is going to fly out like there's some kind of wind pushing it out, just like the same wind that's going to push it inside here, okay? And now let's create the shading. We're going to follow, like you can just change the values of the colors on the hair, just make it follow the shape, and then it will all look good. Because the reflections of the hair are so random sometimes, so as long as the shape of those colors are going to follow, most of the times it's okay. For shading, I like to add really a lot of dark colors next to the neck. That way, not only you create depth, but also you're dividing the face from the hair. By the way, I have to do that. This is the number one thing that was bothering me in this drawing, is the shape of the face. Like it's really... So let's push the chin back and the lip also a little bit back. Because of the perspective, the upper lip should be a little bit more to the front. Yeah, the number one thing to focus always when drawing hair is to focus on the big areas. It's really tricky because when you think of hair, you think of like a lot of tiny pieces of hair. So it can be confusing. Now let's make another stroke. Let's make another piece of hair separate from that piece of hair. This, it's covering that piece of hair, although the other one should be on top, but we can correct that. It's better to just make one confident straight line first and then correct the things that should be on top. This special hairbrush is really nice for creating like believable hair patterns. I really like that. Like, it's really sometimes maybe a little bit hard to work with, but as soon as you get the gist, you will love that brush. Okay, now I see a lot of mistakes. See, rotating horizontally helps a lot. I'm going to correct her head again. Guys, like this area behind the head, I don't know why you guys are like pushing it forward. I think it might be the mistake of not rotating your drawings horizontally. It might be because your brain, I don't know why, but it kind of screws up with the whole symmetry of it all. Like you don't see the mistakes. So as soon as you rotate it horizontally, trust me, you'll see all of the mistakes. I want to make it really dynamic. The dynamics here are going to be important. So the hair should be laying on her shoulder here. Okay, I'm going to leave the hair on the sides for now, so my brain can like take a break from looking at it. And let's focus on the bangs. They are kind of not natural. I mean, I can see some kind of movement. This is nice. Like there was movement intended, I think. So let's add a little bit more movement. Oh yes, this is going to give it a little bit more shadow. Like right here, you really want to like make it apparent that this square is like going up. Just by making one square of different color, you're creating this 3D feeling. You can see that the whole difference, the main difference that you can notice right now is that everything is like pieces of paper, like paper there, like flowing next to each other. Like, you can see that like making those shapes, you really give it this hair effect. Okay, I'm going to just add a little bit more contrast. Okay, well, now just to finish it off, I'm going to give her a little bit more contrast on the outside, just so. All right, so this is the hair. No, it's not. I realized after recording everything that you asked me for hair rendering, so I'm going to deliver. And I'm going to show you how I actually rendered till the almost end to make it look glossy, make it look more finished. So I'm using a lot of blending now and a lot of big soft edges shadows that are being cut off in some places. The point was with the first steps to create the whole form, the guidelines, the structure of the hair, and then on top of that you can work with blending, with soft edges, with adding more details and making everything look more finished, more rendered. You can see that I am adding details, I am adding hair strokes, but they are not so common, they are not overbearing, they are not controlling the whole illustration. There are few of them, so if there are only few, they are actually going to catch enough attention. They are not going to be too heavy on the hair. You can see it a little bit like in illustrations when you see people drawing grass. They don't draw every grass. They draw a few strokes there, a few strokes here, just to give the viewers the general idea of the texture of what it is. And you can see that in the final piece, the blue, as I said, was a little bit lost, the whole overlay, but I don't want to focus on it too much because I don't want to take too much time to do it, and I wanted to focus on the right things, so which means structure and detail, contrast, value contrast. I changed the face a little bit just because I had to, because I didn't have the layers, so. Like she looks like, and if you are going to complain about me moving the head again and that it was better before, and no words, no words. You will see. If you don't agree with me, then it's completely fine. Just take an honest look. And this is the only thing I'm going to change. I think what the artist was going for is a little bit more of yes. Now look. Kurwa! Look at the difference now, okay? You take a look at me. like that. It's weird. It's just, you can see she kind of looks like a turtle. If you disagree with me on this, if you do, I'm going to go insane. And even if you find it to go a little bit too much to the back, slightly, ever so slightly, this just looks so much more natural than this. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. Kylie Nelson, you just gave me the perfect drawing to, because this is going to be so easy. So many easy mistakes. Just so easy. First, again, head. Move it a little bit back because his head is trying to escape his neck. Now let's work on the shadows. I'm just going to do it with a liquify tool. This eye is drawing into his head. Too much shadow here. Oh my god, okay. This whole area here is kind of like going down because of the shading, the really, really unintentional, not well thought of shading. So let's elevate this whole area here. Again, eyebrows, remember the eyebrows should have their own home. Just give them the home that they deserve. This is just basically an anatomy mistake. Anatomy and not thinking about the shading and the whole shape of the face. Like the nose is also a little bit too high, but maybe that's just his face, so I'm going to leave it. There's way less shading in a person's face than you think. And I feel like this person thought there's so much different value contrasts in the face that are not actually there. So we're kind of evening it out. Right away it looks better. And by looking at his face, I can still see how, like, the perspective of his face is not matching his neck. So, like, when I'm looking like this and my face is in this position, the neck is not going to be so far. Like, the neck is visible in this distance, like, so much neck is visible when your head is turned like this, not like this. This is impossible. What you drew is just completely impossible. A lot of the work that I do like this, it seems easy because I know anatomy of a human. So don't get discouraged if you can't just do it so fast. A lot of practice, it's years of experience. So don't get discouraged, but still I trust you can do it. You can lay down the shadows like this. You can do it. The only difference here. Okay, I know this is like really washed down, not much character left in him, but that's not the point. The point is to correct the anatomy and overall mistakes, right, guys? So that's what we did. And here we go. He's really washed. I know. He's kind of boring now. Let's compare. Like, he's boring. I know. But it's like a base. It's the fundamentals. The fundamentals, you can work on top of it. You can add interesting highlights, shading, details, but the base has to work. This one, okay, this is like, you can see that it's from a beginner artist. Not much work, not much rendering. It looks like a quick drawing with a lot of mistakes. So it's done by Create for You, and they asked, need help with making her hair more 3D and with coloring skin. I don't know if I'm going to help you with everything, but I'm going to help you with something. Okay, so first, let's create face balance, face harmony. What can you see, what can you feel when you look at her face? Her cheeks, this area, it feels like it's falling, like it's shallow, like hollow or something. Let's connect, like I said before, this area from the cheek to the top of the lip. Okay. 2 strokes and she looks smashable. What's happening on her forehead looks like dirt. So we're going to also even it out, maybe with a different color. I like how it's more yellow on the top because it's actually true, like when you're in a sunny environment, it's going to be pretty yellow there. That's nice. Let's just connect a lot of those shadings, like let's make big areas of shading. And remember when I said common theme today, the common theme is coming back. There's no head. I know she's looking a little bit like this, but not completely what I'm assuming from looking at her chin. Her head is not like this, right? So I'm going to make her hair. I like her, like what's happening on here. Looks interesting. And it's like actually the white thing on her forehead. It's creating such a nice contrast. It's a really nice solution to give more value contrast to a drawing that's pretty dark overall. Yeah, I love it. It's symmetrical, which also works in this situation. She also is doing something like this. So we're going to change that because I don't think people wanted this effect. I don't think you wanted this effect. But it's a common mistake when you want to like some plump lips. I remember from my days, I was making this mistake too. And why is that? It's because of the cheeks mostly, to be honest. See, she's kind of losing this weird 2014 Instagram face. It's crazy how the areas, the coloring around the lips are influencing the way the lips appear. Okay, now she looks okay. Let's blend and let's see what's the fruit of our work. Okay, we lost some of the definition on the lips, but it's okay. We're going to bring it back. Let's rotate horizontally. Yes, that's what I thought. I also didn't see it because my brain is playing tricks on me also. Let's make it more symmetrical. I had a feeling there's something like that going on. And let's add some shadows. I like to use this sharp cloud shading. We lost some definition, so value contrast on the eyes because of the shading that I did on top. But we can just bring it back like this. Yeah, looks better. I think it's more harmonious right away. And remember that in black people, this connection between the cheeks and the lips is going to be stronger, even stronger than other. I mean, like white people don't really have it that much, don't have it that strong. Keep that in mind even more with drawing black people. You can see that after adding even more definition, it's like she has more authentic black features now. There's also something to think about. See? And the hair, I'm not going to draw hair. I mean, okay, right. The only thing I want to give you advice on hair is going to be maybe try to do it like this. Pa pa pa. Pa 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 pa. Maybe actually the other way around, but it's okay. So this is what I would do, but I'm not going to do it completely. I'm not going to finish the hair because I don't really have time. My camera is dying. Like a little bit like clouds. You can take a look at clouds and like curly hair like this. It's kind of cloud-like sometimes. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like hair is always difficult, but this is how I would try to approach it. I can't stop. Jesus Christ! I can't leave it unfinished. Oh my god! I think I'm actually going to finish it. I can't stop myself. It's not finished. Don't even think about hating me for making the hair look worse. Yeah, this is the difference. It's not finished. Don't think about it. You liked it. Okay, this is it for today. I did a lot, so yeah. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Did I actually make them better? If you think I didn't, just leave a comment below. I mean, why not? So yeah, this was a lot of work. I did a lot, and if you are here at the end of this video, if you stayed for so long, then I appreciate you, and maybe you can appreciate me and my hard work, and you can give this video some love. Anyways, if you aren't subscribed, then subscribe to this channel because I am planning to make more videos. And if you want to get your account roasted / corrected, then follow my Instagram and just take a look at my stories. This is where I announce when I'm going to do the roasting videos. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye bye.